Hey everybody, it's Chris Peters. This is going to be a pretty short video. We're going to talk about versioning in SharePoint, and we're going to show you how the version count setting is configured in a document library, how to change that. But then we're also going to take a look at looking at a document's versions. In other words, go into the library and see how many versions of a particular document is in there. So you'll know how to determine how many versions you have, if you want to trim off some of those versions, or if you need to restore a previous version that needs to become the most current if something went wrong with the most current version of a document in the library. Let's start by going to our gear, and we're going to go down to Site Contents. And for this video, we're just going to look at a document library. It's got a couple of documents in it right here. And it's going to show some folders, but also some documents. What we want to do here is go up to the gear. And since we're in the library as an owner, we have access to the library settings. And we're going to go into the more advanced settings. So we're going to click More Library Settings. And you'll notice when we're in the Document Settings panel here, first option in General Settings is List Name Description, but then right below it is Versioning Settings. So we're going to open this one up. And right now, by default, this document library has a total of 500 versions that that'll create if necessary. After it gets past 500, it'll start peeling off, starting with the oldest version, so that it can continue to keep at least 500 versions. That's a lot. It is keeping the major versions of the document too. So again, technically if you had a document in your library that was a megabyte in size, over time, let's just say a year or two maybe, or less, every time that document's open and closed, SharePoint's going to version it. So think of a 1 megabyte sized Word document that's taking up 500 megabytes on your site because of the versioning. It's pretty straightforward to trim it down. We just go down into the field, and I want to take this down to 50. So that means it's only going to keep the most recent 50 versions. If it goes over that number again, it'll start pulling from the oldest version in order to keep 50 versions available for you. So from here, we're going to say 50 and say OK. And then we're going to go back to our document library. And as just a quick refresh, if I do go to the Site Contents, open up this library again, or I have 3 dots here where I can go directly to the settings for it. And we look at the versioning settings. We should see it sitting at 50 now. And we're in good shape. Back to the document library. And let's ask SharePoint how many versions of a particular document has in it. So normally what we would do here is we would select the document itself. And then we're going to take a look here to see properties, name, title, primary contact, activity, things like this. But what we want to do is get in and look at the versioning itself. So a couple ways we can do it. One is we can open up the document itself. And that's going to bring up the Word app. And when that comes up, we're going to look at the file and then the info. So if I'm in a document, I can go open the document, go to version history. And as you can see on this screen right here, we've got the most current version was last Monday, but prior to that time, there was 2 more versions that are being stored right now. If I open up, I can see who's the last person that made a change to something. And I can also click directly on a version. It'll pull it up, and then notice right here I can restore. So let's say this document most recently had some errors in it, something went wrong, and we needed to simply drop back to a previous version. In the document, we went to the file, the info area in the file drop-down, and then we picked versions, and this particular one here that I have selected and that I clicked on is going to let me do the restore. We'll just go back to the document now. And that's about it. So we went ahead again and opened up the document, checked the versions on it, see if we do want to restore an older version back up. What will happen is that'll place that older version into the first position of being the most current. So your end users would see that restored version of the file in order to continue working. And that's it. Let's go back home. And thanks for your time.